morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are safe at home. Okay. So students, welcome back to EVS class. In our subject EVS, what we have learned in previous class? In previous class, we might have learned our 9th chapter in EVS. So the chapter name is Food and Homes of Wild Animals. So this chapter we have completed half. Okay, we have completed half chapter. That means he has given food and homes of wild animals. So we have completed only food of wild animals. So remaining there is which is left in this chapter, homes of wild animals. Okay. So food of wild animals means in this chapter we have learned that different wild animals eat different kinds of foods. For example, wild animals like lion, tiger, wolves and crocodiles, they hunt other animals. Okay, this type of wild animals, they hunt other wild animals and they eat their flesh. Okay, so this type of animals are called as flesh eaters. Okay, so when they eat flesh, this type of animals are called as flesh eaters or carnivores. Okay, and some wild animals like elephants, zebras, giraffes, cows and geese eat plants. This type of wild animals. Which are those? Wild animals like elephants, zebras, giraffes, cows and geese. They eat plants. You know plants? Okay. So they eat plants. So this type of animals are called as plant eaters or herbivores. The animals which eat plants is called as plant eaters or herbivores. Okay, carnivorous means the animals which eat other animals. The wild animals, they hunt other animals, they eat as a flesh. It's called as flesh eaters or carnivores. Okay. Next, that is herbivores is nothing but flesh eaters. So the plant eaters are called as herbivores. Next, the wild animals like hyenas and jackals, they eat the leftover flesh of other dead animals. Okay, they eat leftover flesh of dead animals or other animals. Which are those animals? Hyena, jackal and vulture. Okay. So you can see in the picture, as I told you, so they are eating the leftover fleshes of dead animals. Next, some animals like they eat both plants and animals. So which are those animals? A crow and bear. So they are called as omnivores. Okay. The animals which eat both plants and animals, so they are called as omnivorous animals. Okay. So this we have completed in the previous class. So let us read what is about homes of wild animals. Where does the wild animals live? So what type of homes are there of wild animals? Okay, we shall learn. Homes of wild animals. Homes of wild animals. So what do you understand, students? The name itself says that homes of wild animals. As I told you, so which are the homes of wild animals? We shall learn. Okay. Wild animals live in different kinds of homes on land, in water and trees. So children, here different kinds of wild animals live in different kinds of homes like land, water and trees. They live different types of wild animals. They live in different kinds of places like land. They live in a land. They live in a water and they live in a trees. Okay. Some animals make their own homes. Some wild animals, what they do? They used to make their own homes. Some animals find a place to live, whereas some wild animals, they used to find a place to live. Where I should live. So, in this way, they used to find a place to live some other wild animals. So, here you can see the picture in a textbook page number 185. First picture. A bird builds its own nest. So here a bird is building its own nest. Whereas a rabbit makes its own burrow. See here? He makes its own burrow. Whereas a snake lives in a hole. Snake lives in a hole. You know a hole? Okay. Next, fourth, a lion lives in a cave. You know den? Den or cave is one. So a lion lives in a den. Children, so this is about the homes of the animals, about what they make their own homes or they live in some of the places. Next is other wild animals like zebras, giraffes, deer and elephants move around in the forest. So students, other animals like zebras, giraffes, deers and elephants. This type of wild animals, what they do, they move around in the forest. They move in a forest. They move one place to another place in a forest. So they do not make or find homes. So this type of wild animals, they do not make their own homes. Okay. So they rest under the trees. So what they do, this type of animals, when they do not make their own homes, no, they do not make their own homes. So what they do, they will find a place to rest. So what they do, a tree gives a very shelter to our plants and animals, right? So, human beings and plants. Tree gives a very shelter to us. So same thing, animals also, what they do, they rest under the trees. You can see in the page number textbook 186. We are seeing zebras resting under the trees. See here, they are resting under the trees, whereas in the same way, this is also resting under the tree because of shelter. They are resting under the tree. Okay. So many wild animals live in groups. So children, as you all know that in the forest, many animals they used to live in a groups. You know groups. So see, you can see in a picture, honeybees live together in the beehives. So honeybees they used to live in a group. So many group of honeybees they live in a beehives. Beehives is nothing but a groups. Okay. Elephants live in a group. As you all know that elephants they always live in a group. You can see in the picture, second picture, textbook page 186. They are living in a group. Okay. Whereas in the third picture, lions also living in a group, students. Both elephant and lions they live in a group. Okay. So this is about the homes of the wild animals, where they are living and where they are not. Save wild animals. Next is about save wild animals. Save wild animals. It means we have to save wild animals. Wild animals are in danger all over the world. So children, here as you know that wild animals are very dangerous for the human beings and all over the world. So forests that are their homes. So for wild animals, their homes is a forest. Forest is a very best place for the wild animals. So are being cutted. Humans are responsible for this. So what the human beings are doing, they are cutting the trees of the forest. So this is responsible of human beings. Human beings are responsible for this. Animals are killed for their skin, bones, horns and tusks. Tiger and leopard are hunted for their skin. Rhinoceros are killed for their horns. Elephants are killed for their tusks. Children, here what they do, wild animals, different wild animals, they kill their skins, horns, tusks and bones. Okay, so here animals like tiger and leopard. You know tiger and leopard? Yes. So what they do, they hunt for their skin. They hunt for their skin. They hunted their skin. Rhinoceros are killed for their horns. Rhinoceros, what they will do, they will kill their horns. So this is a picture of horn. Elephants are killed for their tusks. So what they do, elephants they will kill themselves for their tusks. So here there is a picture of skin, horns and tusks. In a page number 187, this one. So this is a picture of skin. Next picture is of horn. And the third picture is of tusk. That means a teeth. Okay, children. So humans are destroying forests and killing animals for their greed. So children, a very bad thing human beings are doing. That means they are killing the animals. Human beings are killing for the wild animals and forests for their greed, for their own purpose. They are killing for forest and trees. So it is a very bad thing. So this what human beings are responsible for this. So we must stop cutting down forests and protect wild animals. So children, in this way we should save wild animals. We have to protect. We must stop cutting down trees as well as forest, and we should stop killing the wild animals. Okay. So in this way, in this method, we can save the wild animals. Okay, students. So till here, our chapter 9th chapter is completed. That is food and homes of wild animals. So this was very interesting chapter, students. So we got to know that where does the wild animals live and what does the wild animals they eat, right? So I hope you understood this chapter, food and homes of wild animals. Okay. So what do you understood, children, about this? As I told you, there were different wild animals that live in a forest. Where does the wild animals live, students? In a previous class I told you wild animals they live in a forest. So there were different kinds of wild animals. Some may be big wild animals or some may be small wild animals. Okay. So what they eat, as I told you, the wild animals they hunt other wild animals and they eat their flesh. It's called as flesh eaters or carnivores. Whereas the animals which eat plants, okay, so they are called as plant eaters or herbivores. Whereas the animals which eat both plants and animals is called as omnivores. Okay, so which type of animals means you can refer in your textbook, page 184 and 185. Next is homes of wild animals. So different wild animals they live in a different kinds of homes. Some animals they make their own homes, whereas some animals they find a place to rest. Okay, and some animals they live in a groups. Okay, students, this is all about the food and homes of wild animals. Okay, so I give you some assignment. First question, that is answer the following question in that you have to answer. Where do wild animals live? Where do wild animals live? Whereas the second question is name any two big wild animals. Okay. So students, your students assignment means a homework. Your homework is to answer the following question. So in previous class I have given you a difficult words. So that you have that words. Do you have practiced, students? You have practiced that words now? Very good. Okay. So for today's class I am going to do a question and answers. So first question you have to answer, that is where do wild animals live? So where do wild animals live? As I told you, wild animals live in a forest. Okay, you have to answer this question. The second question, name any two big wild animals. Two big wild animals. If you don't know, you can refer in the textbook page number. Something he has given 183. He has given a big wild animal. So which are the big wild animals? Lion, hippopotamus. Okay, these are the some of big wild animals that they live in a forest. So you have to answer these questions. So So this is the answer of these two questions. We have to answer carefully these questions. Okay, children, we understood this chapter. I hope you understood this chapter. Okay, so students, don't go outside. Be safe and stay safe in your home. Okay, thank you. You have